Oh, hello guys. Welcome back. So this was timely because a lot of us are going through a thing of I was going through it last year and now a lot of people seem to be, playing catch up almost and they're going through it now of Enduring Virtue I think kicked us off in 2017 and we're still playing catch up. A lot of us are still playing catch up because for decades this chick was an angel chick from the 90s to 2017. She had a pretty good run. Now, I don't know if she really had a come to Jesus moment. I don't think so, because she has changed that story too many times to suit me. First, he was a flesh and blood man, and he was real, and he was in the room. And then when she got criticized on that, he changed into a giant Jesus. Sorry, this sounds silly even to me. I was raised Catholic. And he was lit up like a football field. I'm sorry, it sounds silly. I'm sorry. I'm not really. We might as well laugh about this. Like he's like, yeah, it is kind of silly. Oh, her Jesus thing keeps getting sillier and sillier. And this morning actually was when we were first trying to do this, and now the sun is almost really set. And there was a guy that did a critical thing of her, a Christian that did not believe her conversion story. He does not believe she's a Christian, okay? That's what it is. He doesn't believe she's a Christian. He wants her to go away. And she held up a picture of Jesus who looks. Look up her painting of Jesus. I've seen some bad Jesus art. But as Loki and I were trying this morning, we composed a gospel number for y'all. And we were, well, I swear I did this a bunch of times. I was perfectly serious. And we had composed a gospel number this morning because I took one look at that and I burst out laughing. And I said, Jesus wasn't a white man, this you should all know. And it just got worse and worse. Jesus wasn't all pink, I think you really should know. No, it just kept getting worse and worse. And Jesus doesn't look Jewish in this. He looks like a surfer did from the 90s. He looks like. Look, he's back here. He looks like he got a bong and Cheetos. He just looks bad. So ask me how seriously I take Doreen Virtue, how much of anything. I didn't believe her when she first showed up. I really didn't think much of her, but we used to kick it back and forth with the priest, those of us that were trying to stay in the church. And the priests were interested, young people that want to talk about angels. Hey, yeah. And they would just say, well, we have Michael. You don't have to go to the New Age to have Michael. You have Michael right at home. Michael at home. Uh, I got cute little specker. So she was all that and a biscuit. And because New Age people tend to be very trusting, people paid her. I don't know how much they paid her, but apparently it was a lot from how upset they got. People paid her a lot of money. You know those angel cards I just got the other day? Because she can't stop her publishers from publishing them? And she's probably still making money off of them anyhow, which is why I don't believe any of this. Um, she had these people pay her quite a bit of money. And to read these cards the right way, because only Doreen Virtue could see and talk to angels. We're going to say this more ridiculous it sounds. And, she convinced them. Okay, stop it. He's back here. Dum 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 dum. You know that thing in South Park about the hat and the tablets? I'm sorry. I swear we didn't do anything today, but look, he's like, no, you were trying to do this too serious. Let's have fun. So yeah, she convinced these people to pay her an awful lot of money, and she told them they would have a lifetime pass to, I guess, a website, and they would have all this information, and it would be updated for the rest of their lives. I'm like, you gotta die sometime. Do you have an ear that's gonna do this? But you know what? Whatever. Uh, laughter, Becker. These poor people, they bought it. One poor guy, he was making a video, and I just watched a lot of this stuff last night because I really had my own issues to work on when she was going into fundamentalism. He took like 7-11 courses, whatever it was. He paid this woman a lot of money. And she ran out of town with everybody's money and didn't give it back, is what she did. And, it would have been okay if I think if she would have dipped out and just kept everybody's money, but kept quiet, everybody would have been fine. But then she decided that she met Jesus. Sorry. She met Jesus. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. You know what? I'm not sorry. She met Jesus, and everything she used to teach was from the devil. This is just, I don't know. It's striking me as hilarious. I swear I don't do drugs, and it's not methane or anything else. Oh, Lord. But she decided all these people she took all these money from. I'm sorry. The more I think of it, the more ridiculous this is. I can't believe we all ever got upset about this. She told all these people she took all this money from that they were from the devil. As you can imagine, that did not go over too well. I am sorry. It's just the more I think about it, I think I studied it so intensely over the last couple of days. It's like, yeah, it's actually, why did any of us get upset? Because this is completely ridiculous. And she decided she's born again, and she's a fundy. Only she doesn't know the big boys hit hard. She is getting batted around like a little tennis ball. I don't feel a bit sorry for her. I do not. At first, I went through all the feels, but the more I thought about it, I'm like, I don't feel a bit sorry for this woman. This is karma. She's thrown all the hate and all the people that practically worshipped her as a goddess for decades and bought over stuff and, kept her in the lifestyle she was used to. She turned her back on them and told them they're all from Satan. And it's just hilarious. She has this A to Z list out there of like everything that's from Satan, everything from aliens for some reason to unicorns. And I'm like, what the hell do these two things have to do with each other? But, that's Doreen Virtue for you. Always kooky. So I go, yes, she's back. And, it is bizarre, some of the videos she's making now. Saint Michael is evil. The Metatron is a demon. These cubes and everything, all this crazy stuff that she shouldn't have been fooling around with in the first place because she didn't understand it are evil now. Crystals are evil, everything else. Believe it or not, she started out life as a psychiatrist and now she needs one. There, I got it in. You didn't think I was gonna do that. This girl needs help. She saw Jesus, and her story of Jesus is so bad. First, he was a real man of flesh and blood, and I'm like, this sounds kind of sexy. Is this sexy Jesus? Like the one from that song? I love sexy Jesus. It says sexy Jesus. He was a flesh and blood man. Some guy that Christians on YouTube just like to really grind each other's gears. It's what they live for. They hate each other on a profound level. They really do. There is so much hate. It's actually kind of funny to watch them behave in such an unchristian manner. Maybe it's the devil in me because I've touched those cards. I don't know, but they really hate each other, and he decided he hated her on sight. And you've got to understand something about fundies. One fundamental group will say you better have an experience of Jesus. So she went ahead, she had her experience of Jesus. The very next fundamental church will tell you that is from the devil and you're going to hell because it's not biblical. These people can't agree on anything. They really can't. So as you can imagine, she's playing, dance every time this guy says dance. So first it wasn't Jesus, the man with that long curling hair. So beautiful with his arms wide open. And he's all serious, I'm taking this vision too. And then he was, I swear, because this guy did the documentary on her. He was giant Jesus with floodlights like a football field. I'm sorry, maybe one of the butterflies fell down. Anyhow, it just kept getting better. Jesus kept shifting. Every time this guy would call her out and say that's not biblical either, she would change her story. So then it was Jesus up in the sky. I I swear I didn't take anything, but it just strikes me as hilarious right now. Jesus, this guy seated at the right hand of God. Sorry. I never thought I'd hear Doreen Virtue say that. Anyhow, then she decided it was Satan. It was Satan. And then she decided she hallucinated it all. And then she decided it was Jesus again sitting in the sky. Oh, sorry. Oh, Lord. And, it was just what fell down. I don't even know. And then it got ridiculous, guys. It really did. And she's making these ridiculous videos, and everything is from the devil. It's actually hilarious because I think she just ran out of money. Honestly, I think she ran out of money. I don't think Hay House was going to pay her enough advance on the next group of cards or whatever she had going on. And I just don't think she had any money left. I think she spent it all. Or there are other rumors floating around, and I don't know the truth of those. I think she spent all of her money, so she decided to go to Fundyland. And I think she expected to become a preacher, and she's still trying to work towards that. So get ready for Doreen Virtue, the preacher. At least she's got the name for it. She's just, she's a pip. But what do you do if she was, for some strange reason, if she was your spiritual guru, and and she told you everything was from Satan? I do feel sympathetic for those people, but it's also like, guys, step back a little, step back and look at what we're saying. If you say it out loud, do you understand how ridiculous this sounds? Only Doreen Virtue can see angels. She sounds like she needs a psychiatrist. Only Doreen Virtue sees and speaks to angels. Okay, HUD. Okay. It sounds ridiculous, but no, everything's from the devil. And I do feel for the people that studied under her and believed in her, because God bless them. The New Age is filled with people that would believe absolutely anything you tell them without blinking. I mean, they have good hearts. They do. They're too trusting. They're too trusting. And, when you have to say it out loud, that they paid Doreen Virtue to teach them how to see angels or something, it does sound fairly ridiculous. And, I don't even know what these courses were about exactly, because you can't look them up anymore because she took them down. It will not surprise me at all when this goes bust, when this fundamental experiment goes bust, and I looked at her Facebook, she's apparently trying to become a preacher. So when that goes bust, when no respectable church will have her as a preacher, it's not going to surprise me at all if she has another visit from Michael or some other angel that reveals it was all a spiritual test. There, Doreen, I handed you your way back into the New Age. It was all a spiritual test. She realizes people were hurt, but it was all a test. You understand, don't you? And she'll swan back into the New Age and back into Hay House, and she'll start selling her stuff again. They never stopped. They never stopped, which is why I don't really believe anything of what she's saying. If she truly thought that these cards were satanic, if she truly thought these books were satanic, I would think as a Christian trying to become a preacher, she would be putting in lawsuits and stuff to stop it. She's clearly not. I would think she would be going on the 700 Club if she were a legitimate Christian, or wherever else she would be going, and saying, hey, I need to warn you, because they would eat it up. And like, hey, I need to warn all of your viewers, I know you don't believe in me, but I found my way, and warn them. She really hasn't done anything like that. I just don't think she was making enough money on the books and cards. I really don't. I think that's what this all comes down to. And, her cards were so... I got a couple pairs, and you can still buy them and everything. It's not like they went out of print and they're worth a fortune now. She's out there. She's out there. It was Christianity dressed up for the New Age, and most people liked it, especially the angel part. And she got into gods and goddesses and fairies and unicorns and everything else, and now those are all on her A to Z, satanic list. And I'm like, for one, some people are theistic Satanists, dear, so, check your privilege. And two, You should not have put me or Doreen Virtue or anyone else up on a pedestal where what we say is, the truth and nothing but the truth. And excuse me, guys, I had pizza today because somebody begged if we could get pizza because he was rolling on the floor giggling over Doreen Virtue. Um, you know, um, don't ever put a teacher, no matter how much you love them, up on a pedestal to the point where if they do an about face, you're devastated. Does it suck that she did this to people? Yeah, that was not cool, man. That was not cool. If she was in financial trouble, all she would have had to do is cry and people would have been throwing money at her. I mean, really, if at the end of the day, that's all it was. She could have just done a GoFundMe. She could have went to Hay House and said, I'm broke. And, Chick would be rolling in it right now. She really would. She could have played her cards right and she would be richer than she ever was. So did she do this for money? I don't know. I think she met Jesus? No, I don't. She's changed her story too many times. That picture of Jesus will never not be funny. As Loki says, Cheetos in a bonk. Honestly, it's Jesus. Looks like they got a stoner friend to pose for is what it looks like. He just has arms out like there's a certain Christian YouTuber that does this absolutely brutal dissection of her story, and he kept a lot of the shit that she took down, and I'm gonna have to watch when I monetize this. She lied. She kept changing her story. She kept lying. And now everything she said for decades was is now from the devil. So do I believe her? No. She can kiss your butt. If you got angel cards and you feel angels are working with you, that's fine. That's valid. Is it New Age? Woo! Yeah, because for thousands of years the church controlled everything. And then the New Age came in, which is not New Age at all because angels have been worked with forever before Christianity. Just means messenger. It doesn't mean Christian messenger. Angels have been worked with forever and a day. If you've been working with Saint Michael or anyone else, they work with hoodoos and voodoos. So hoodoos and voodoo saints rather. They are going to work with anybody. They really don't seem to care, especially like Saint Michael or the archangels. They don't seem to care. They don't. Anyone else you were working with, gods and goddesses, because I had a weird blip where a god came up in on the classical music station in a song, and then he came up in somebody doing a card reading from like 2017 as a reaction to her leaving, and it was that god, and I'm like, okay, I've never worked with this god before, but hello? They're not from the devil. They're not demons. All the other gods and goddesses, they're not demons. The angels aren't demons. Aliens aren't demons flying around in the sky. They look like paper bags filmed with 4 pixels. Is what they look like. None of this stuff is from the devil. If it was, it would be a lot higher quality. Because, really the demons of today's religion are usually the gods of the last. That's always how it was. Christianity is heavily influenced by Judaism, obviously, and Zoroastrianism. So Zoroastrianism is all that good, bad, blah, 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 blah. So, hell didn't even exist in the early church. Satan was just a concept, maybe a mental concept at first, and then he was an angel, but he was just an angel sent down to test people. God was like, I don't like that person, go test him. Satan was like, okay, boss. And he'd go down and he'd test people. And then, rabbis will come out and go, no, Satan was never an angel. Satan is that part in your brain that says, hey, this dumb thing, let's go do that. So, there's a million different versions of whether Satan's part of your mind, whether Satan is your base instinct to do whatever you want, whether Satan is an angel or a demon or whatever, but he's not hiding under your bed to get you. All these angels aren't demons. Aliens aren't demons. Loki's not a demon. I think she's after money. And I think this is going to blow up in her face. She's been doing it now since 2017. I don't think she's got the traction she wants. I think she's going to ditch this too. I will not be surprised if she returns to the New Age or she becomes an atheist. I think that she's having financial troubles. And excuse me, guys, we had the pizza. I think she's having financial troubles, and she's going to keep reinventing herself to the end of time. So, to recap, I think she's full of it. I think she's always been full of it. But I also think that the gods, goddesses, angels, Buddha, the tree outside, can take people, even people that are full of it, take their cards, take their books, and make something good out of it. So if you still got that Ascended Master book around, or those God Terrorists, or something else, provided you haven't thrown them out in anger, and I would totally understand if you did, they're fine. They're fine. You'll be fine. A tool in itself is neutral. A tool in and of itself is neutral. I used this as an example the other day. I don't think I ever released that. This is a rock. It's a type of crystal, but it's a rock. It's neither good nor evil. It's neutral. I can say it's good because I got it and I powered it and I'm nice and I think nice thoughts into it. It's a rock. You could crunch it down into crystals and probably use them for something scientifically, but it's a rock. So there's no demons hiding in the rock. There's no teeny tiny angels hiding in the rock either. It's a rock. Teeny tiny angels hiding in a rock. It just gets better and better. But, Loki's like, but what about the angels that live in crystals? Shush, honey, that's silly. So if you guys like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.